What kind of party is Ellen really talking about here? Diddy's been throwing some wild parties for decades, but these aren't your average Hollywood gatherings. They've become the subject of some serious allegations, the ones you wouldn't expect Ellen to be so casual about, right? Here's where things get uncomfortable. Because it turns out, Diddy's parties weren't all drink and dance. In fact, they're now tied to allegations of sexual assault, drug use, and even human trafficking. And the more we dig, the messier it gets. Could Ellen, one of the most beloved talk show hosts in the world, have been covering for him all this time? Why was she so quick to laugh off what might be the very events at the center of federal investigations? Diddy is now in federal custody, facing some of the most shocking allegations to ever hit the entertainment industry. With claims going back to the 90s, including underage victims and violent assaults, this is way beyond just a bad reputation. And Ellen's name keeps coming up, again and again. Could it be that Ellen has known more about Diddy's dark side than she's letting on? And worse, has she been protecting him from the truth being exposed? Because now, the feds are starting to piece together connections between Diddy's alleged crimes and Ellen. And if these rumors are true, this scandal is about to explode in ways no one saw coming. For the context, hip-hop star Sean "Diddy" Combs has been facing serious accusations of sexual assault from several women, and it all took a massive turn when he was arrested late Monday night in New York. A federal grand jury indicted him, and the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Damon Williams, even posted on social media saying they plan to unseal the indictment soon and that more information will be coming. So, what exactly are the charges? That's the part we're all waiting to hear. Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, was quick to respond, saying they're disappointed and believe this is an unfair prosecution by the U.S. Attorney's Office. And here's something interesting. Diddy apparently went to New York fully aware that these charges were coming. That means he wasn't running or hiding. He was preparing. But does that make him look more innocent, or is there something bigger behind the scenes? But this investigation didn't just come out of nowhere. Back in March, things started heating up when Homeland Security agents raided his mansions in LA and Miami with search warrants. And when I say raided, I mean military-level raids, like something out of an action movie. His attorney, Aaron Dyer, called it ridiculous and said the accusations were baseless. He insisted that Diddy was innocent and would keep fighting to clear his name. Still, despite all the legal drama, Diddy's career has been totally overshadowed by these sexual assault lawsuits. The whispers and headlines just keep piling up, and now, this federal investigation is bringing everything to light. Prosecutors have been in touch with several witnesses, including people who worked under Combs, and they've spoken with some of the accusers who are suing him right now. What's even scarier, there's a real chance that more charges could be added. This might just be the beginning. He is currently being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, a jail that's gained a bad reputation for violence and terrible inmate conditions. It's not a place you'd want to be, especially for someone as high profile as Diddy. The MDC even has an extra security section, a barracks-style setup for special detainees, and get this. Diddy is reportedly sharing space with none other than Sam Bankman-Fried, the convicted cryptocurrency fraudster. What a strange pairing. Now, Diddy's legal team is fighting hard to get him released while he waits for trial. They've been calling out the jail's horrific conditions, but prosecutors aren't budging. They're saying he's a serious flight risk, and that argument seems to be sticking. He's already been denied bail twice. So for now, Diddy's stuck there, and if things don't go his way in court, he could be facing anywhere from 15 years to life behind bars. But what really started Diddy's downfall? It all goes back to his former on and off girlfriend, Cassandra Cassie Ventura. She was the first to blow the whistle on him. Last November, she filed a lawsuit claiming that Diddy had trapped her in a decade-long cycle of abuse, violence, and even sex trafficking. Those are some heavy allegations. Of course, Diddy denied everything, saying it wasn't true. But then, just one day after the lawsuit hit the courts, the two of them settled it amicably. Now, here's where things get interesting. Diddy's attorney made sure to say that the settlement was not an admission of guilt. But then in May, CNN dropped a bombshell. Surveillance footage from 2016 that showed Diddy physically assaulting Cassie. This video lined up exactly with what she had detailed in her lawsuit. The footage made everything a lot harder for him to deny. 2 days later, Diddy took to Instagram, and for the first time, he admitted to what had happened. He said he was disgusted with himself, and that his behavior in the video was inexcusable. He went on to say, "I take full responsibility for my actions." But by then, the damage was already done. His reputation was hanging by a thread, and this was just the beginning of what would become a much bigger legal nightmare for him. Till now, around 10 people, including one man, have stepped forward with their own accusations against Combs, and this is where things get even darker. One of the most shocking claims comes from Joy Dickerson Neal, who says that after seeing Cassie speak out, she felt empowered to tell her story too. According to her, Combs drugged and raped her back in 1991 when she was a student at Syracuse University. And if that wasn't horrifying enough, she says he also filmed the assault and used it as revenge porn, showing it to others. Imagine the trauma that must have caused. Combs' team was quick to label the lawsuit a money grab and is pushing hard for it to be dismissed. But is that just damage control? Or are they hiding something even bigger? And then there's Liza Gardner. She accused both Combs and R&B singer Aaron Hall of forcing her to have sex with them after they plied her with drinks when she was just 16 years old. According to Gardner, the horror didn't stop there. The next day, she says Combs visited her home and choked her until she lost consciousness. Again, Combs' attorney responded by calling these claims bogus. These initial lawsuits were all brought under New York State's Adult Survivors Act. This law gave adult victims a 1-year window to bring claims against their abusers, even if the statute of limitations had already run out. It opened the floodgates for many who had been silenced for years, and now we're seeing the full impact of that. And if the previous claims weren't enough to shake you, there's yet another disturbing allegation. A woman, identified only as Jane Doe, claims that she was violently gang-raped by Combs' Harve Pierre, the former president of Bad Boy Records, and another person. This allegedly happened in a New York City studio when she was just a 17-year-old high school student. Can you even imagine? With each new allegation, the walls seem to be closing in tighter around Diddy. Just a few days later, Combs finally spoke out on social media, addressing what he called sickening allegations by people he claimed were just out for a quick payday. But the allegations haven't stopped. Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a producer and videographer who worked on Diddy's most recent album, has come forward with his own disturbing account. Jones claims that he was forced to participate in an illegal racketeering enterprise where he had to procure drugs, solicit sex workers, and even record sex acts. And if that wasn't shocking enough, he also accused Diddy and actor Cuba Gooding Jr. of groping him without his consent. It's a dark revelation, adding another layer to an already complicated web of accusations. And then there's Grace O'Marcaigh, who worked on a yacht leased by the Combs family back in 2022. She alleged that both Diddy and his son, Christian King Combs, were involved in sexually assaulting her. Grace went further, describing the yacht as a place of debauchery, filled with suspected sex workers and top celebrities indulging in all sorts of questionable behavior. Even former adult film actress Adria English has shared her story. She claims that during the infamous white parties that Diddy hosted at his homes in New York and Miami, she was used as a sexual pawn for the pleasure and financial gain of others. These parties, which were once considered a hallmark of Diddy's lavish lifestyle, are now under intense scrutiny due to the dark claims that have surfaced about what really went on behind closed doors. And let's not forget Dawn Richards, who sang in 2 of the groups that Diddy put together, including Danity Kane. She's revealed that she personally witnessed his violent behavior toward Cassie Ventura. When she tried to intervene, Diddy allegedly threatened her life. These revelations have shaken the entertainment industry, as more and more people connected to Diddy have started coming forward with their stories. Thalia Graves, who has the support of celebrity lawyer Gloria Allred, is one of the most shocking accusers to come forward. She alleges that Combs and his bodyguard, Joseph Sherman, sedated her, overpowered her, and tied her up before recording themselves raping her. What's even more disturbing is that they allegedly distributed the sex tape afterward, which adds another layer of horror to an already harrowing claim. On October 14th, a wave of lawsuits hit the courts, involving 6 anonymous accusers, 4 men and 2 women. One of the women alleges that Diddy raped her in a hotel, while another lawsuit claims that he ordered a 16-year-old boy to undress when the teen approached him about breaking into the music industry. These claims highlight a troubling pattern of behavior that has left many in the industry shaken. But what about Ellen? We can't ignore the fact that her name keeps popping up in conversations about Diddy's infamous parties, and that the federal investigation is starting to link her to some very unsettling details. However, following Diddy's recent arrest on serious charges, their association is being viewed in a new light. One particular episode from February 2018, where Diddy appeared on Ellen's show, has resurfaced across social media. During this lighthearted interview, Ellen jokingly asked Diddy if he would be punctual for an upcoming party she was hosting. "Are you going to be early for my party?" she asked, to which Diddy responded playfully, "Yes, I am. No," followed by, "You know I have to arrive fashionably late." Ellen urged, "Not too late, though." "Please," and Diddy assured her, "I'm not going to let you down on this big one for real." But with the ongoing situation, this seemingly innocent exchange has gained renewed attention.